Good morning, friends, and warm welcome to this new open series on the business of insurance. We have been doing a lot of work on mutual funds. We did work on SIF, on PMS, AIF, and like literally everything investments. We have been doing a lot of work in the last several years. Insurance is the piece which is very important, which is actually the foundation of financial planning and financial well-being, as we all know it. And on one side, it is very important for clients, and on the other side, the industry is very, very huge. Okay, just to give you a perspective on the statistics, if we all know about the mutual fund industry being 80 lakh crore, the life insurance industry itself is 70 lakh crore. That's how huge life insurance industry is, both the term as well as investment oriented insurances. Okay, so that is on one, that is the second part. And third is, each one of us, we definitely want to be ensuring that we are participating in the industry where where we are able to contribute, and to the clients where it is really due. Okay, so to that extent, how many of you think insurance is, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how many, what would you rate insurance as, on a how much would you rate insurance as important to your practice and to your clients? On a scale of 1 to 10, how important do you think is insurance, be it life insurance or health insurance? On a scale of 1 to 10. Okay. Second, how many of us are already doing insurance, but to what is your current focus, or to what extent have you, um uh, what is the potential to which you are playing about insurance? Okay, if your potential on insurance is 10, to what extent is your current potential and current playing level? Is it like 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 10 out of 10? 10 is being like you are able to give all the insurance products, the right insurance products, to each of your families whom you are serving. Okay, so most of us are hovering between 3 and 6 is what I'm saying. Okay, so you see the gap there. 10 on 10 is the actual potential need, importance of insurance, and we are playing at 3 to 5 or 6 level at this point in time. And that's why this entire insurance as a series we are starting for pro members. But today's session will be open and will be around the business and importance of and will revolve around the practice of insurance business. Okay, so first we have Gurleen. Gurleen, can I have your video on, ma'am? Can I have your video on? And is my voice clear? Can I get a quick heads up from my team if everything is okay? Gurleen, can I have your video on?
So video is disabled. Can you please look into it?
Um,
Okay, yeah, it's working now. Yeah.
Welcome, Gurleen. Welcome to Network
Thank you,
FP
Sadik.
session on the business of insurance. Friends, Gurleen, apart from what Ishita mentioned, she has been there in the field for last actually 40 years, if we consider her father, 20 years on her own. And she is a very popular on insurance YouTuber, Instagram, you call it as Instagramist or something like that, or basically a influencer specializing on insurance. So, Gurleen, a very warm welcome and big congratulations on how you build your identity and positioning on insurance. I do remember the days when you started doing these videos. मैं हमेशा सोचता था, इतना मेहनत करके इतना वीडियो बनाते हैं, इसका 2 लाइक है, तीन
जी
लाइक है, 4 लाइक है, बट देखते ही देखते 3-4 साल में आपके 2 लाख यूट्यूब फॉलोअर्स है, 3 लाख इंस्टाग्राम फॉलोअर्स है. So very, very big congratulations. So friends, can we all welcome and congratulate Gurleen on her success as an insurance specialist?
Thank you, Sadik. You've been kind, and your energy is also infectious. आपसे बहुत सारी energy मिलती है जिससे we've been able to do what we are today. So thank you so much for that.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much. So, Gurleen, let's start with your journey. 20 years back you started. So, if you can quickly take us through your journey, so that we are able to understand and appreciate the points which you put across and insights which you grew last 20 years, how it has been, including your social media journey and progress.
So, like Sadik mentioned, been there for last 20 years now, 2 decades, and I'm carrying forward my father's legacy. Started in 2005 after his sudden demise. So, the clear intention was to service the existing clients. He was primarily an LIC agent. So, there were families who were associated with him, who were dependent on him for their LIC policies and the servicing part. So, with the clear intention of servicing them, we went ahead and carried forward the legacy and gradually and slowly ventured into other domains as well, like started selling insurance products, became a mutual fund distributor, and social media journey started actually in 2020 during home isolation and COVID. So we were sitting at home, not much to do, and the business model, what was there earlier, it was completely on the referral model. We used to visit clients and get referrals from them and doing traditional marketing activities here and there and getting client acquisition from there. But in 2020, the world changed. Everything changed. So our old, business development activities were no longer relevant at that time. And I always wanted to reach masses. So this was, I think, the best time for me to sit down and introspect. And I started making videos. Like Sadik said, they were like, when the video used to touch 100 views, I was very happy. There are 100 people who are watching my video. And so we never looked at the numbers actually. So numbers happened because we were consistent and we were doing it again and again without looking at the numbers. So we started making videos and explainer videos mainly on YouTube. And one fine day, I got a call from YouTube follower who he wanted to inquire about the policy. He was asking few questions, and he asked me, "Can I buy a policy through you?" So that was a turning point. You can actually sell policies sitting in Delhi to anyone in the world. Uh, that too, so that actually became a trust building activity, and from there we started making videos on regular basis, once a week to twice a week to thrice a week, and then came to short form videos and all. So that's how social media journey started actually. And who better than us, the personal finance professionals, can understand the power of compounding. So power of compounding applies every year, in fact, in our mutual funds, in our clients' wealth creation, in social media journey, in the trust building activity, and an insurance business as well.
Lovely, lovely. So Gurleen, now how many views you get, और क्या views पे आप खुश होते हैं अभी?
देखिए व्यूज तो अभी भी नहीं देखते हम, जस्ट दैट बिकॉज इट हैज ऑलरेडी बिकम अ बिजनेस मॉडल फॉर अस, एक क्योंकि लीड एक्विजिशन मॉडल बन चुका है. सो दैट इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर अस, दैट लीड्स कीप ऑन फ्लोइंग एंड वी कीप ऑन कन्वर्टिंग एंड ग्रोइंग आवर बिजनेस. सो दैट्स व्हाट इट हैज बिकम नाउ.
Lovely. So, Gurleen, let's talk a little bit about your practice as we speak today. I understand that you have life insurance as well as health insurance piece. So, what are the various insurances which you are doing, and if you can share some numbers in terms of, what's the premium collection, sum assured of both life and health, so that we are able to visualize your practice size and quality.
Got it. So I am a mutual fund distributor as well, and a life insurance agent and a health insurance agent. So
Mm-hmm.
for mutual funds, we are sitting at 170 crores of AUM. And for life insurance, like I don't have a sum assured number, what is the total sum assured that we have given to our policyholders, but I have the count of number of policies that we have given. So we have sold close to 2,900 policies in last 20 years. And again, this is some of them are the legacy policies which we are carrying forward from my
Sure.
father. So premium is approximately 5.5 crores for these 2,900 policies.
Okay.
And for health insurance, which is our main area, main niche. So health insurance, we have sold close to 3,300 policies,
Wow.
and premium collection is 15 crores.
15
Yeah,
crores.
15 crores.
I mean, what in insurance is considered as like, good business, or let's say, MDRT and TOT जो हम ज़्यादा, सॉरी हमको थोड़ा म्यूचुअल फंड्स के बारे में ज़्यादा पता
जी
है,
जी जी.
इंश्योरेंस के बारे में उतना पता नहीं, सो वी आर गेटिंग एजुकेटेड फ्रॉम यू. सो व्हाट इज कंसिडर्ड एज गुड threshold for calling somebody a successful insurance professional?
So again, it can differ from for anybody. सबके लिए benchmark अलग हो सकता है. But again, qualification again help you to reach that. You can set a milestone कि ये तो achieve करना ही है एक साल में. So we have been top four health insurance experts in the country for a lot of insurance companies so far. And because यहाँ पे भी it happened over the years, like I mentioned, compounding. Everybody understands the best part is the personal finance professional has that patience,
Yeah,
has that time that he can devote to his business, the practice, and then they understand compounding very well because all these things are subscription based model. Your
correct,
mutual funds also, your insurance also, once you sold a policy, it's a subscription based model and it takes care of your retirement as well. So
correct.
again, having all these things in your portfolio makes your practice stronger.
Lovely, lovely. So congratulations. I am, I just did some a little bit of research yesterday, and I believe 15 crores of premium in health insurance is like humongous amongst practitioners. So that's a huge achievement, Gurleen. Life
Ji.
insurance, I'm sure a lot of people do this kind of business, but health insurance definitely, very huge. So congratulations on that.
Ji. Thank you.
Gurleen, in today's conversation for next 20 minutes, I really want to understand the nitty-gritties as a practitioner, and how easy, difficult, how numerous, how much of potential it has, into to bring in income, what kind of bandwidth is required, and stuff like that. Okay. So before we get into the practice elements, I want to understand, because when we talk about life insurance, it has two clear distinct components. One is investment oriented insurances, and it has the pure term
Protection.
insurance, protection
Hmm.
insurance.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
We all know pure protection is a no brainer. We should ensure that every single client and every single family should have it. But this 70 lakh crore of AUM which is sitting in life insurance industry comprises of the investment oriented insurances. Okay. And it also has a huge market, like it or not.
Ji.
So where do you think investment oriented insurances like ULIPs, endowments, pensions, and stuff like that, is there a possibility of doing it in a client first up with a client first approach?
So, all of us, we understand, we do the need analysis before selling any product. We are professionals, we are not salesperson. We are not selling a particular product. We are not representing an insurance company. We are representing our clients and understanding their needs and selling insurance products. So now these insurance products exist because there is a demand in the market. There are a lot
Hmm.
of people who want fixed products. Like a lot of people are still parking their money in FDs. So if somebody is getting their peace of mind by parking their money in FDs, and if his goal aligns with a fixed return product, which is a guaranteed product, getting a 5-6% return tax free, along with that, if he gets the insurance also, if he gets that peace of mind that my money is not at risk. Again, the balance is important. We need to give him that balance. So if that person is with low risk appetite and if he's of the traditional thoughts, so probably a guaranteed product may be suitable for him. So we need to understand what is right, and one size doesn't fit all. We need to understand what is his size and what we need to offer to the client. And accordingly, ULIP and mutual funds, there is no comparison as such. I'll say a lot of people, say ULIPs are bad and mutual funds are good. It should be done that way. But again, it depends on your customer, how he understands, and your conviction as well, that you are not selling a wrong product to anyone. Your conviction should align with the need analysis of a customer. If you feel that, the person is underinsured and he may or may not get a term insurance, from protection point of view, there are certain conditions due to which, because the underwriting is quite stricter in term insurance. Let's say if there's a medical history, ULIP is easier to source for him. So you can give him a ULIP, considering they get a protection also, and the money is also invested in markets, giving the higher returns. Again, the money is tax free up to a certain extent. There are certain switch options available. You can switch within the term also without attracting any capital gains tax. So there are certain benefits also that can be, put in front of the client if that the need of the client aligns with that particular product. So definitely these products can also be given in his portfolio.
Yeah. So what you're saying is, if the need suitability is in place, and also which is a no, which we don't have to speak, but we are transparent about what the
Ji.
product is and how it is
Yes.
structured. If these two things are fulfilled, even those products have a role to play in some of the clients' life.
Yes. And also at the same time, we need to be transparent, like the transparency word you used. We need to be transparent. We need to be upfront. Like, this is the right expectation that you have to set with him for a particular product. You can't say you'll get 15%, 20% return on your product, or you may get higher in a guaranteed return product. You have to set his expectation right according to his risk appetite. If that is done right and you had that discussion in the beginning, then I think it's absolutely fine to sell those products as well.
Sure, sure. And Gurleen, because many of us come from the mutual fund background, so it's happened like this. Many people from insurance came to mutual funds, and
Hmm.
mutual sorry, from insurance they came to mutual funds, and now mutual fund has become the core, and from mutual funds now we have started getting into insurance with the right
Hmm.
insurance policies, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
having
Hmm.
that background, because you do this both, 5.5 crores of premium in life insurance and 170 crores of mutual fund portfolio itself, how would
Hmm.
you compare two of these practices in terms of ease of operations, client acceptance, and remuneration? If we can evaluate mutual funds versus life insurance on on these three parameters.
Got it. So both are equally important for us and as well as our clients. Because for us, because we also need to diversify our portfolio. We can't only be dependent on mutual fund income,
Hmm.
right? We need to have other sources of income as well. COVID has taught us one thing, that we need to have multiple sources of income. It can be a passive income, it can be a rental income, it can be anything else. It can be a YouTube income or anything. So now in our practice, which is one thing that is easily doable, we already have a client base. We already have done the trust building exercise. We already have a presence and relevance in the market. We already have a set of clients. So they are buying mutual funds through us. They are, and then to the same set of clients, we can cross sell the insurance part. Any which ways they are buying their insurance policies from anywhere, because that is everybody's earning. They need to invest. They need to secure themselves. They need to secure their future. So either they are buying through a bank or any local agent or anyone else. They are not buying through you because you are not telling them that you do insurance or you're not actively doing insurance. So that is the challenge is not there for client acquisition. You have that in place. So,
Sure.
and as you mentioned, insurance penetration is very low. We have miles to go before we get everybody insured. So, the IRDA motto also, insurance for all by 2047, they are doing a lot of efforts. They are providing a lot of enablers. They are providing a lot of platforms. You'll see in the years to come, you'll see a lot of revolution happening in insurance. So, you need to be there to experience all that and transition yourself from just a mutual fund distributor to a holistic advisor for the client. So, and from the remuneration point of view, see, and the service part is something which is there in insurance industry. So for mutual funds, I feel, because everything is online, you may not service them frequently. And uh, other than reviewing their portfolios and you recommending what all changes are required, there is not much of a service part until and unless there is a transmission process. But in insurance, you have to be on your toes for service, especially in health insurance, because you are selling. You are not selling a product. You are selling a promise. You are selling a promise saying that if you need me anytime during your hospitalization or any of the family member, if there is any issue, so I am there at your service for any claims assistance. So that service has to be honored, because
Hmm.
that is where, when I entered into health insurance in 2008, I was very scared to get into health insurance because I was like, I have a regular flow of income from probably LIC and other policies, mutual funds. But if I sell health insurance to my clients, what if claim is not settled? you know the
Hmm.
customer will I lose the customer for other things as well. So but then insurance companies also started bringing in a lot of enablers, a lot of things that eased work for us as insurance advisors. And so that's all made the difference. And yes, it's equally important for us to be in both the places.
Sure, sure. So what we are saying is, in terms of need exists, both the things exist as equal as, almost equal. But in terms of servicing, health insurance or insurance person needs a little bit of more handholding and servicing. Now,
Absolutely.
now, Gurleen, just for many of us who may not be still initiated on insurance, I'm sure many of us are already doing insurance. But what are the kind of commissions or incentive structure which are broadly prevalent right now in life insurance and in health insurance? If you can give us ballpark figures, that's good enough.
So again, so commissions are going to go down as it was there in the mutual fund industry. Things changed. So
Yeah.
it is more on the trail income right now. So in insurance also, insurers are focusing on how good your business is, how good your practice is, how quality business you are putting in, bringing into the table. What is the renewal retention rate, how many claims are there, what is your loss ratio, and all those things come
Mm.
into picture when they decide your incentive structure. But in health insurance right now, so it may change in future, because
Yeah.
you know that GST has been exempted,
Yeah.
so there is a likelihood that commissions will also go down. So 15% is what is IRDA commission in health insurance, and life insurance, it may vary from company to company. Ideal it is 25 to 30% on a first year policy, and then it can go down by 5% on every renewal. Five,
Okay.
2.5 to 5%, depends on the product.
So what I understand is health insurance around 15% trail of
Yeah.
premium, and
Yes, yes.
life insurance it's around
10 to
5%.
15% you can say for health insurance,
10.
10 to
Okay.
15%. Yeah.
And life insurance it's around 5%.
5% trail. That's right.
5%. Okay, good. Got it. Now, in terms of, what are the nitty-gritties of setting up? We understand in life insurance, the servicing part, as in, is not much there, except that once in
Hmm.
a,
Hmm.
once something really happens, the claim comes up. But in terms of health insurance, how do you really set up servicing part, and what is the bandwidth required to set up the servicing part and ensure that आपका नाम खराब ना हो, as a, because many
बिल्कुल.
of us are afraid of getting into insurance कि भाई इतना मेहनत से हमने नाम कमाया है,
Hmm.
ट्रस्ट कमाया
Hmm.
है, एक पॉलिसी की वजह से या फिर एक क्लेम की वजह से हमारा नाम खराब ना हो जाए,
बिल्कुल.
right? So
बिल्कुल.
how do you really set up systems, processes, or bandwidth to support your health insurance practice?
So right now in my setup, I have team of 11 females. So I
Mm-hmm.
call them a woman army. So I have a
Mm-hmm.
woman army who support me in this. So they are the foundation of the business. So processes may we have set processes like this is the renewal team, this is the claims team. There should be one backup every time because claims can come at any point of the day. रात को 11 बजे भी claim आएगा. आपको कॉल उठाना है. ठीक है, अगर उस टाइम नहीं उठाया तो कस्टमर बोलेगा आपने सर्विस नहीं दी. So you have to be there at when he actually needs you, when he actually testing the waters. उस time पे अगर आप नहीं हुए, then it doesn't solve its purpose. So the process is in place. Processes are in place. Quality check होती रहती है. Evaluation होती रहती है. We work on certain templates. Like yesterday only we were talking about. We do certain. We do certain regular kind of feedbacks from the customers also. So how we can make our service better, what were the gaps, what can be done to make it better and a hassle-free, delightful experience. So by doing so, we have reached almost 1100 Google reviews. And we
Wow.
have an insight, we have a Google form also, like somebody wants to give a feedback or a suggestion, which we do discuss with our team in open house meeting every month. We do that and we take that feedback and make sure that, all these things are in place, all the processes are in place. Because अगर foundation कहीं पे भी गड़बड़ हुआ जैसे आपने बोला तो नाम खराब होने में 1 मिनट लगता है, आपको नाम बनाने में इतने साल लग जाते हैं, but one wrong thing can actually hamper your growth and business पे direct impact हो सकता है. So that is where क्योंकि processes बहुत बारी ऐसा होता है when we start our practice, let's say if somebody is starting at their practice, insurance practice today, they'll say कि मैं खुद ही manage कर लूंगा, मुझे टीम की क्या जरूरत है, I because small base है तो I can easily manage. I can manage the claims also. I can manage the renewals also. I can manage the onboarding process also.
Mm.
But as the business grows, initial के 4-5 साल बहुत अच्छे लगते हैं because claims नहीं आते हैं. जब आपका
Mm.
new business होता है तो claims आने में time लगता है. After
Mm.
6th year, you'll see claims ऐसे आते हैं कि system फट सकता है अगर आपका processes in place नहीं है तो. So
Mm.
you have to get that foundation right from the day one because if you're looking for a long-term business, you have to set those things right from day one. And that
Sure.
those processes have to be there has to be a process coordinator who takes care of that processes are being followed and feedback is taken regularly and so on.
So, for sure, let's not get into health insurance if we do not have a support system, according
Absolutely.
to you.
Yeah,
Life
absolutely.
insurance, can we do it without a support system?
I don't think so, because when you scale up, then you need team for it. Because as a business owner or an entrepreneur, you don't
Hmm.
want to be involved into small tasks daily. You
Hmm.
don't want to be involved into renewal आया कि नहीं आया, पॉलिसी चली गई कि नहीं चली गई, क्लेम में कहाँ पे हेल्प चाहिए. You should be only present for the escalations part. The rest, your team should be handling it. All those things should be delegated. You as a business owner should be like involved in business development, marketing activities, escalations, and a supervisor. Rest,
Sure.
everything should be delegated to your team.
Lovely, lovely. So, as I see in the insurance, there are five clear, at least four clear processes. One is the sales part, where the actual sale happen. Then onboarding itself is a very big, process. Unlike mutual funds, where everything happens in a with a click of button, there's a lot of form filling, disclosures, and stuff. So, onboarding
Ji.
is a very big process. Renewals and claims. So you're saying onboarding, renewals, and claims can be effectively delegated to the team members?
Yes, yes, absolutely. You'll have to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, got it. Sure. Now, Gurleen, in terms of what looks easy from outside but is actually difficult, and what looks difficult from outside but is actually easy. You got my questions around insurance.
Yes,
मतलब
yes.
बाहर से बहुत मुश्किल लगता है लेकिन नहीं भाई
Hmm.
हो जाएगा.
Hmm.
लेकिन और एक चीज होता है बाहर से बहुत आसान लगता है नहीं लेकिन ये चीजों को आपको ध्यान रखना चाहिए.
Hmm. So बाहर से मुश्किल यही लगता है कि taking the first step. You know, when you are getting into something, when you're
हम्म.
deciding that you'll be doing insurance from now on, so वो first step लेने का वो decision making काफी difficult लगती है. Delegation बहुत मुश्किल लगता है initially. You don't want to delegate. You want to have a clone of yourself कि मेरे जैसा कोई एक और ऑफिस में हो जो मेरे जैसे काम कर पाए, गलतियां नहीं करे. You know, there should not be client handling मेरे जैसी होनी चाहिए. So that is not possible. You have to train your people.
हम्म.
And जो easy लगता है, मतलब it looks easy. Like the numbers that we're talking about, 14 crores or 5 crores, it looks easy, that it's very
हम्म.
doable. But when you actually come on ground, and there are a lot of efforts and a lot of service, a lot of time, a lot of energy goes into it, for building practice, for building such numbers. So, like, and it's an ongoing activity. ऐसा नहीं है कि आज कर लिया. It's not one time transaction कि हो गया. So it's an
हम्म.
ongoing activity. It's not an affair. It's a marriage that you have to live with it. So that is there. Yeah.
Got it. And one last question is on in terms of do's and don'ts. But I
Hmm.
want to request you to do share the do's and don'ts for two levels of people. One, for the people who have not yet initiated, who are still kind of
Hmm.
flirting around with the idea of insurance,
Hmm.
and for
Hmm.
people who have got in but are not scaling up because of various blockers in their mind or in their systems. So what are some do's and don'ts for these two sets of PFPs that we have right now?
So first, I'll talk about people who are still there, and they're still thinking whether I should scale up my insurance business or not. So first thing that they should be ideally doing is, because there are a lot of insurance products available and a lot of confusion also, because every now and then it's very fast paced. You see new product launches every year, every 6 months. क्या क्या आप याद रखो कि किस प्रोडक्ट में क्या कवर्ड है, क्या कवर्ड नहीं है. It's really a task. So product knowledge should be, you should focus on the product knowledge part.
Mm-hmm.
The more you focus on product knowledge, the more confident you get selling in insurance. I
Correct.
get a lot of like queries on YouTube, and I'm surprised to see people go through the entire policy wording of 60, 70 pages, and they come back with their questions. वो मुझे भी नहीं पता होते कहीं क्या answer. I need to check from the insurance company. So people are getting aware of these things. So you need to be an expert in that domain. And again, it goes same for a person who are trying to establish their insurance business or starting themselves in insurance. For them also, understanding the product is extremely important, because mutual funds में इतना समझने वाली कोई चीज नहीं है, ठीक है ना. There are these different caps, and these are the processes. So it is more of a process oriented business. Here it's more of a product oriented business. You need to understand the product first for new entrants also.
Yeah.
And the second thing I would like to say for both the categories that you mentioned, selling right is very important,
Mm.
because it's not a short term gain that we are looking at. We don't say कि अच्छा ये policy दे दी तो immediately इतना commission बन जाएगा, and I'm good with that. जब तक क्लाइंट को उसके प्रोज एंड कॉन्स नहीं पता, So he will blame you in future कि आपने ये किया था मेरे साथ, आपने मुझे नहीं बताया. There would be someone else approaching him and telling him कि आपको गलत product बेच दिया, मिस सेलिंग हो गई. So you have to sell right. You don't have to look at the short term gains. You have to look at the long term gains. So that is one area. And because जब आप इंश्योरेंस में आते हैं तो you are the first underwriter of the on behalf of the insurance company. So you are underwriting the product before the medical underwriter does it. So जब आपको
Oh.
पता है कि आप पॉलिसी किसी को दे रहे हो, you will ask about the medical history, you will do the due diligence at your end before the medical underwriter does, and you will encourage the customer कि आपको medical history disclose करना important है, whether it is life insurance or health insurance, because you know कि non disclosure clause कितना impact कर सकता है उनके claims को, उनके future benefits को. So that has to be taken very seriously. तो onboarding process जैसे आपने बोला, that has to be taken very seriously. And third thing I'll say for everybody, document everything. बिकॉज
Hmm.
ये लाइबिलिटी बिजनेस है. ठीक है, आपको नहीं पता कि कब कहाँ पे 5 साल 6 साल वाली पॉलिसी में कोई क्लेम आया, एंड वहां पे यू डोंट हैव दैट डॉक्यूमेंट इनफ कि उस टाइम पे क्या मेंशन किया था. क्लाइंट कैन काउंटर, मैंने तो आपको बताया था, आपने आगे नहीं बताया, सो जिसकी वजह से मेरा
Hmm.
क्लेम नहीं पास हो रहा. सो यू नीड टू हैव दोज प्रोसेसेस इन प्लेस जहां पे सब कुछ डॉक्यूमेंट हो रहा है, कस्टमर इज वेरीफाइंग एवरीथिंग, सो दैट यू नो द लाइबिलिटी इज नॉट पास्ड ऑन टू यू इफ योर इंटेंशंस आर राइट एंड यू सोल्ड इट राइट. एंड फ्यू थिंग्स आई टॉक अबाउट नॉट टू डू. इट इज इंपॉर्टेंट कि टू डू तो हमने देख लिया, बट क्या नहीं भी करना चाहिए, जो हमने बात
Hmm.
करी. डोंट लुक एट शॉर्ट टर्म गेन्स कि अभी तो गेन हो जाएगा, फ्यूचर का देख लेंगे, बिकॉज वी आर बिल्डिंग अ
Hmm.
लॉन्ग टर्म प्रैक्टिस, वी कांट लुक इन दैट. एंड दूसरी चीज, डू द राइट कमिटमेंट एंड
Hmm.
डोंट सेट द एक्सपेक्टेशन रॉन्ग. कि यू कैन से कि आई एम अवेलेबल एट योर सर्विस 24/7. If you think your resources do not allow, tell the customer upfront. I've encountered a lot of clients who come to me saying कि हमें तो उन्होंने बोला था कि जब भी आपको हॉस्पिटल में जरूरत होगी, we'll stand by your side. It is actually not possible. ठीक है, आप
Hmm.
नहीं जा सकते. For every customer, you will not visit the hospital and get the claim approved. It is not actually required also. So set the expectation right. Don't, give the false commitments. Set the expectation right, and of course, the business will grow, and you'll get that confidence of taking it to the next level and scaling it up.
Lovely. Fantastic pointers, Gurleen. I summarize this: product knowledge, paramount importance. Think long term. This is not a short term business for sure.
Sure.
Processes, documentation, very important. And last, right expectation for those of us who are in and who want to grow the insurance practice. Thank you so much, Gurleen. Really appreciate these insights. And Gurleen, you will also be our trainer for our life insurance series that we are launching.
Okay.
Thanks a lot for accepting that invitation to be an expert trainer of our life insurance and risk management certificate series that we are launching for the pro members. Let me show you with, in your presence, I want to show you what is coming up for our
Okay.
pro members. So friends, this will be a 6 week program with certificate, where you will be given a certificate after taking the examination on life insurance and risk management, and completely practical the way Network FP always operate. We have 6 modules which we have understood uh, end to end everything about life insurance. It's not just about term insurance, even traditional insurance mastery, the market linked insurance mastery, the business, that is keyman insurance, and last but not the least, claim settlement and servicing, including the foundations and onboarding. So, Gurleen, our attempt has been, okay, we all know insurance by doing that IRDA examination, but there's 90% more things that we need to know which actually works on
Absolutely.
ground, right? Which comes from practitioners like you and others who have been there in the business dealing with thousands of clients. So, friends, this will be happening starting next month and will go on for 6 months, followed by a final examination and the certificate, which you can proudly showcase to your clients, prospects, and everybody that look, you are an expert and a master in life insurance and risk management. Gurleen, anything that you would like to share about how this has been shaped up and your contribution to this particular series that we are starting, ma'am?
And this is amazing, Sadik, because for when we talk about insurance, life insurance, we feel only term insurance is one. A lot of people ask me question कि term insurance or life insurance में difference क्या होता है? So term insurance is actually a type of life insurance. So
True.
we need to be educated on different types of insurances before we actually, get into, get on the ground and start selling the insurance. So this is the module looks amazing. This looks great.
Thank you so much, Gurleen. So, friends, many of you who are not pro members and would like to join, I would request you to take this poll in case you would like to become pro member and access the benefits of all the pro membership benefits, as well as this new series which we are starting on life insurance. We have a series on already recorded series on the NRI. We have a series on artificial intelligence. Then last we did series on mutual fund categorization. So all the series plus life insurance. Okay. So Gurleen, before we end and take leave, what's your vision for Haripati? By the way, I love the name Haripatiya. मतलब मुझे
जी,
बहुत प्यारा लगता है जिस तरीके से आपने सोचा है. Congratulations on that name also. But what's the
thank you.
vision for Haripati going forward?
See, vision, of course, it's a great business to scale up. The industry that I am in, I'm thankful that I'm in this industry, not just because of the monetary part, but also it's a social service that we're doing. We are helping clients when they actually need us. We are protecting their families. We are securing their future. So that is there. And vision is the numbers that we talked about today, taking it to 3x by 2030 is the vision for my company.
3x. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what excites you more, being a YouTube influencer, in YouTube, Instagram influencer, or getting more and more policies and serving more clients?
I think social media will win here because I want to be present on YouTube because I'm enjoying that, because I'm enjoying making videos. I'm enjoying talking about the topics that are the pain points for the clients. The information generally everybody talks about what is included. People don't talk about what is excluded, which is more important. We need to know what we are getting into. So I love talking about insurance as a subject, and I would like to see myself grow as a content creator in future as well.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Gurleen. Friends, I'm closing the poll. Five, four, three, two, and one. So, Gurleen, thanks a lot for your time today, and look forward to see you as a trainer in our series, and wish you all the very best for your continued YouTube and Instagram journey as well as your Haripati journey. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you,
So,
Sadik. Thank you. Yeah.
friends, can we all thank Gurleen once on the chat for taking out time for this session? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, friends. So that was Gurleen Kaur, the insurance specialist, the YouTuber, and definitely a fantastic insurance practitioner. And how did you all like it? How did you all like the some real on ground insights coming in from Gurleen, who is serving thousands of clients almost. I mean, just to give you those of you who had not come earlier, she manages 15 crores of premium in health insurance, 5.5 crores of life insurance premium, and 170 crores of mutual fund practice. So that's how big her practice has been. But a very hardworking woman, and who has really built the practice. Just like you and me, she has been working hard, but the way she has built it up through her social media presence and all is really commendable. So she'll be one of our trainer for the insurance practice. So you'll be seeing her again in once we start the insurance series for our pro members. With that, I'd like to go to my next speaker and expert trainer, Mr. Mahavir Chopra. Mahavir, can I have your video on, sir?
Yes, yes. Hi,
Uh,
Sadik. Hi, everyone.
so Mahavir, we have already done the introduction. My, Ishita host had already done, but just to share with all the friends who have joined this session. So, friends, Mahavir is another amazingly good thought leader in the insurance space who has been building organization called Beshak, which is now regarded as the most unbiased and most authentic platform for insurance in India. ओके अगर आपको ये सुनना है कि सही इंश्योरेंस क्या है तो आप बेशक के पास जाइए महावीर के पास जाइए यू विल नेवर एवर बी मिसगाइडेड दैट्स द काइंड ऑफ रेपुटेशन दैट महावीर चोपड़ा एंड बेशक हैज बिल्ट so Mahavir, before we get into the questions, and I really want to dwell upon more about industry with you, because with Gurleen we covered a lot about practice nitty-gritties, but on the industry side we want to be discussing with you. Those of us who are not aware about Beshak, if you want to quickly share what's Beshak and what are you attempting to do and what's the change which you're trying to bring about in India.
Right. So basically, what we found, I have been in this space for close to around 20 years now, meaning started in around 2005, 2006. And while practicing health insurance through the multiple companies that I worked with, I found that there were two major gaps. One was the gap of information. All the information that was available on the internet was largely about SEO and basically trying to achieve traffic for the customer, but not really trying to educate the customer. That was the one problem. And it was not independent. Typically, आप कितना भी अच्छा product हो, कितना भी खराब product हो, all products basically showed the same information saying that all the products were great, right? Even today, all the websites which are distributor websites, typically, someone is saying that voice is not clear. Are you able to hear my voice? Should I?
No, this is good for me, unless I don't know. Team, can you please confirm it's yeah, it's good. It's just a little echoing somewhere here and there, but
Okay.
manageable. Unless you want, if
Right.
there's a way to do something, it's good. Otherwise, fine.
No problem. So
Yeah.
basically, that information problem was there, where we
Mm.
basically felt that जो right information customer को चाहिए, which is basically that, okay, is this product good, bad, what are the good, bad, ugly about the product, was never available, largely because every distributor who had a website typically was talking only good about the product, right? Because they felt that अच्छा ये product कोई मांगने आएगा तो I need to sell it. So how can I say bad about it? Second is that
Correct.
insurers influence basically what you put on your website. So I have been a distributor myself. I used to put write reviews about products, but I was basically called into general manager cabins and CEO cabins and told to remove posts which I were writing about insurance, which were actually true, but not insurer friendly, not insurance company friendly. So I wanted to
Mm.
basically create a kind of a platform where we can give 100% undiluted information, which is not influenced by anybody. Right? It is purely customer focused, and I was trying to do that while I was a broker, but not able to do it. So that's why one problem that we wanted to solve was the information problem, where we created a research company, which is the first research company in India, which does very, very deep, insightful research about all insurance products, largely health insurance and term insurance. We go
Mm.
into doing audits of insurance companies where we basically find out if their toll free number actually works. We look at their Twitter handles to see if they actually give human responses to the complaints that come. We do so many things like ombudsman ke jitne complaints aate hai, so we find out if how many complaints were actually in favor of the customer versus not in favor of the customer. This gives you a flavor of basically whether an insurance company is working for the customer or not. So that's the research part that we wanted to solve. While we were doing the research part, we realized is that customer needs handholding, right? And I have been doing call centers all my life, where we basically had people who used to pick up the phone, used to train freshers, and these freshers then used to sell policies. But उनका skin in the game नहीं होता था. My basic principle that I learned over the time is that long-term products cannot be sold by short-term people, right?
Mm. Mm.
Which is what we saw that happening. And कितना भी हमने ट्रेन करने की कोशिश की, we were not able to train call center executives to become long-term thinking, right? So from that perspective, I realized that very, very importantly, that how do we find the right people to actually guide customers when they need handholding? And the
Mm.
best people that we found was people who are on ground, who are self-employed professionals, who basically are uh, customer first, right? And that's where we started scouting for those kind of people on our platform. So we created a marketplace, a community marketplace, where we connect customers now to high quality, curated, verified insurance experts right across the market. So we have close to around 200 experts now on our platform. And
200.
these experts, basically active experts at one point in time would be around 100. And they get around 2 to 3 meetings a day, right?
Wow.
So average meetings a day, meaning अगर आप शुरू कर रहे हो तो आपको एक मीटिंग मिलेगी दिन की, बट देन एज यू ग्रो यू कैन गेट अप टू 3 meetings a day. So that's what we do, and it's a completely variable cost model. So the advisor does not have to pay a lot of fees in the beginning. Probably there is a setup cost that we charge, but otherwise that's the model. So what we did is first solve for information and then solve for the expert. So overall
Mm.
solving for trust, what to buy and whom to buy from, is what Beshak is solving for the customer. Largely wanting to solve for trust in the industry, which is very, very missing today, right? Meaning there is a lot of fear about with customers about buying the wrong product and not getting help at the time of claims, right? So
Sure.
these problems we wanted to solve in a very undiluted manner without having any influence from anybody, including, if I may say so, it is a recorded call, but I should not say. So including the regulator, honestly, meaning we wanted to be because there is a reason behind that. I'll maybe
Yeah,
explain someday. But हमको बनाना था जो customer first है, right? And
correct.
that's what I proudly can say that even today, if it's my own brother, if I have to sell him an insurance, my basic test was this: that if it's my own brother, right, or it's my
Hmm.
own father whom I have to tell him to buy an insurance, will I sit with him myself, or can I create a system through which I can tell him that go in that system and you will not be sold a wrong policy. And that's what I wanted to build. That was my test कि मेरे खुद के फैमिली के लिए खुद के लिए मैं क्या करता. That is what we try to build with Beshak.
Lovely, Mahavir. Love the intent and love the way you have been just there and doing it. And I know that we all know that you've been facing a lot of challenges from various fronts, including the regulator itself. But kudos to you and your team for just being there. Now, Mahavir, from the point of view of market dynamics of building an insurance practice, let's get into the industry and how the market is behaving around insurance. You have been a proponent of ethical selling in insurance. So, for an insurance advisor or an agent, whom coming from that ethical client first perspective, what are the strict and do's and don'ts around insurance? मतलब भाई ये नहीं करना चाहिए, जो हो रहा है मार्केट में ये नहीं होना चाहिए, और ये चीजें होना चाहिए.
Right. So first thing is basically understanding claims, right? It's completely focused. If you focus yourself as an expert on claims, right, that will give you all the kinds of insights. So I will go reverse, meaning
Hmm.
I will look at claims and what gets claims paid, right? One is understanding of the product, which the customer should have. Selling the right product to the customer, which first understanding the category with the customer. Second is helping the customer basically understand the nuances of the product, which is what is available, not available, helping him choose the right product based on his needs, right? And then finally, handling the processes very well, which I think Gurleen was explaining. And you brought one of the best people to actually talk about this, which was Gurleen. So, in terms of processes, having the right processes in terms of recording the right information from the customer, ensuring that the information is translated into the proposal form, and then keeping a record of that information is the process part of the information which needs to be done well. So three parts. One is basically having the right knowledge yourself to be able to explain it well to the customer. Second is helping the customer choose the product. And third is going to be basically managing the processes well. That is how you need to do it. And the don't side, I think there are two things. One is basically not to look at this as a business which is a quick buck business. I don't think anybody in network FE would be like that, meaning my perception of people who typically would basically get associated network FE would be largely long-term people. But don't look at it because the insurance industry may want you to look at it short term. The problem with the industry today is that they want you to look at it short term कि आप कितना धंधा कर रहे हो, आप कितना बिजनेस कर रहे हो, आप ये कर लो, आप आपकी फैमिली को भेज दो. That is the short termish nature of the people who you would be talking to from the industry. So don't get bitten by that. One. Second
Hmm.
is that a lot of insurance companies would basically tell you that you don't need to learn insurance. आप मत सीखो इंश्योरेंस, हम हमारा आरएम को लगा देंगे. Whenever you have a lead, you just tell us, we will come with you, right?
Hmm.
But RMs have on a range of 1 to 10, they have a knowledge of 2 out of 10. I'm being kind when I say this on actual
Really?
insurance. Absolutely. They don't have any knowledge about insurance. If I basically do a test today, we do a test, right, with all insurance advisors who come on our platform. I think 90% of them will fail. More than 90% of them will fail. So basically, they've been trained on sales, they've been trained on relationships, but they have not been trained on
Hmm.
basically actual product knowledge because of the short term nature in which this unfortunately this industry 90% of this industry works today, right? तो आपको बेसिकली पिच ये किया जाता है कि यू डोंट लर्न इंश्योरेंस, यू डोंट नीड टू डू एनीथिंग सर, यू जस्ट गिव अस क्लाइंट्स, वी विल टॉक टू देम, we will manage your entire sales process, purchase process, we'll manage the claims also for you, so you just give us calls. But it does not work in reality, so don't bite into that. Most of these guys who are telling you are also looking for a job, right?
Hmm.
So they may not be there by the time you have a claim. So from that perspective, that is one thing that I have seen earlier age time may, when a person is very new in the insurance space, they may actually bite into this, right?
Sure.
And then that basically causes a lot of reputation damage, and that is obviously what not something that anybody who's a long-term advisor would want to do.
Sure.
Yeah, so it's a patience game. It is a long-term game. It is a
Got it.
business which you can set up really well, but you have to go slow, learn
Hmm.
everything, and then move forward. And it's a very lucrative game, which we obviously will talk about. It's very, very lucrative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of the market gaps or from the consumers, what do you see are the common gaps which exist when it comes to buying insurance policies? And if you can split it into three parts, which is life, the main, the
Hmm.
health, and
Yeah.
then other insurances. मतलब किस टाइप के बिहेवियर आप देख रहे हैं जहाँ पे गैप एग्जिस्ट कर रहा है
From
इन
a
द
customer
मार्केट?
point of view, you're
या
saying.
फ्रॉम द कस्टमर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू.
Right. The biggest gap I see is patience, actually, meaning people do not have the patience to basically sit down and understand everything. And that education to the customer saying that you will have to go slow in buying insurance is something that they need to be educated about. Like when
या.
we created Beshak, we typically were told in the beginning a lot of times that sir आपका process बहुत slow है. We मैं तो अभी और एक वेबसाइट से अभी बात कर रहा हूँ. They already have given me a quotation, right? On the first call itself, they told me which premium, which product, and what to buy. See, insurance is not about basically selling soap or shampoo, meaning I'm being little brutal here, but it is more about need analysis like any other financial product. So that is something that basically customers need to be educated about. Okay, let's sit down and first understand your profile well, and then basically move basis that. And that is
Yeah.
what I see. Patience बहुत बड़ा एक issue है. People, because of which people end up buying from the wrong person and buying the wrong product, which is what I see. And if you see on social media also, lot of people are looking for a magic potion, which is कि सर बेस्ट प्रोडक्ट बता दो, मतलब बेस्ट प्रोडक्ट कौन सा है ये बता दो, मतलब दैट इज द बेसिक क्वेश्चन दैट. एंड everything is related to that, meaning if you look at it, the root cause is that patience and not being wanting to study the product or understand the product, and then everything is routed out of that. So a lot of the people, a lot of times health insurance and insurance including life, motor and health, a lot of times you will see social media posts which call health insurance a scam. Largely the scam is also rooted, one, obviously insurance companies are to be blamed, but one is also rooted into laziness and patience not being there with.
Of the consumer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And where does the demand exist? What is where there is a pull in the insurance? मतलब life, health, pull कहाँ पे है, कहाँ पे push अभी भी जरूरत है?
आई थिंक अगर आपने ट्रस्ट क्रिएट कर लिया तो
हाँ.
पुल ही पुल है. आई फील दैट
अच्छा.
इफ यू हैव सॉल्व फॉर ट्रस्ट,
हम्म.
then I think people have now realized the urban salaried class or even a professional has
हम्म.
realized the importance of health insurance, term insurance. Largely also because of COVID, people have got a little bit of a kind of a reality check that
हम्म.
even young people, can basically have issues in terms of health or can have an early death. And that has actually pushed the awareness quite high, including, I would say, social media, right? Social media has built in a lot of noise about awareness about the products कि ये इंश्योरेंस आपको होना चाहिए, आपके पास ये प्रोडक्ट होना चाहिए. That is also called overwhelmness, right? Meaning
हम्म.
the noise brought in awareness, but at the same time has caused overwhelming, meaning information, which basically has led to confusion. And that's where the opportunity for everybody on the call is basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we are saying is the demand
Yeah.
is there,
Yes.
it exists, but what is lacking is trust.
Yep.
Add that with noise.
Yes. Yes.
Trust and noise are the problems that we have to solve
Absolutely.
for.
Absolutely.
Okay, good. Now, Mahavir, from the industry potential point of view, can you throw some numbers on how big is this industry and where it is headed? Because mutual funds, we really track the industry very well, and we
Yeah.
are talking about like literally today we are at 80 lakh crores of assets under management. We are expecting it to go up to 200 to 300 lakh crores of assets under management by 2030. By 2040 some other number is there. So it's very straightforward and
Yeah.
very understandable. But health and life में कैसे आप देखते हैं and क्या क्या numbers है अभी?
Sure. So overall, health insurance business is around a lakh crores. It is the largest insurance category now on the general insurance side. It has
Okay.
beat motor. After COVID, it beat motor also. So now
Okay.
motor is the second largest category. Health insurance is the largest category today. Out of that, there is group insurance, obviously. So if you remove group insurance, 50-50 approximate hai. So
अच्छा.
50,000 crores would be the health insurance category today of in terms of premium, right? That
Okay.
customers would pay. In terms of term insurance, there are no really published numbers available actually. But if we basically do a quick मतलब math जो मैं करता हूँ तो मुझे लगता है it would be in the range of around 5,000 crores. 5,000
5,000.
to 6,000 crores होगा. Uh, what I feel is just when we are talking about potential, it's very important to understand is the potential is low not because of demand, like we just spoke about, but it is because of trust. If the right person has the right conversation with people who are in that age group where they need health insurance and term insurance, genuinely there is a very large market. Like if you
Sure.
see, we spoke about we got Gurleen right on the call. Gurleen is doing, like, I think we said around 14-15 crores of health insurance business. She runs a
Yeah.
YouTube channel. See the kind of response that she's getting on a YouTube channel, right? That shows that there is a lot of demand. It's just that the conversions are poor because of trust. Like a Policy Bazaar, like a platform like Policy Bazaar, has a conversion of around 3% on their health insurance leads, which
Okay.
basically clearly shows that 100 people are giving their phone numbers, but 97 people are dropping off after that. Imagine phone number देने के बाद, it's not like I am cold calling these people. These are people who said that, hey, I want health insurance. Here is my number. Please call me. Right. And then 97 people are basically dropping off. So the market actually, if you look at it, is 3 versus 97 were not buying. Right. So I would say 30 times बड़ा market है. But trust करने वाला person चाहिए जो right processes और right knowledge के साथ सिखाए. And I think it's a very huge market compared to what it is showing today.
What's your conversion ratio, sir? 100 people fill the one-to-one meetings, and how many
We are
people
at
get
27-28% conversion
10%?
today.
Okay, got it.
27-28% conversion. All our advisors, basically, if you talk to anybody who's been with us for more than 3 to 6 months, would see conversions of close to around 20, between 20 and 25% minimum.
Got it. Got
Yeah.
it. And Mahavir, we know the potential now of health and life.
Yeah.
Is motor really a potential for people like us, or it's? I mean, how do you see motor insurance from a independent boutique firms like our point of view?
Yeah. It's a cross-sell product. I would definitely call it a cross-sell product. It should not be the first product that you should basically reach out to unless you are just purely focusing on motor insurance, which is not the case for anybody who's a financial planner. It's a cross-sell product which can be sold. It has a very simple, systematic way of selling and does not require a lot of effort from the expert. And hence, it can be done in a very simple way where you're not pushing or trying to convince the person to buy, but you can offer it as a service, available service, and people will buy from you. Typically, what we have seen is that people want one person to be their go-to insurance person,
Correct.
right? So as soon as you have sold a health and term insurance policy to someone, if you tell them that my car insurance bhi karta hu, they will give it to you. Actually, they will not worry a lot about it because they don't want to go through the hassle of knowing what is right, what is wrong. And people make mistakes in car insurance also, meaning we are typically it's something that people don't, it is underrated in terms of how many mistakes the people can make, but it's very simple, kind of a templated way by which you can actually also sell motor insurance as a cross sell to your existing customers that way.
Got it. I mean, without any hassle, you just plug it in
Yes.
as such. Okay.
और claims काफी simple है comparatively, मतलब in a
Compare.
on a scale of, let's say, 100 policies, you will have very few claims where you will have to actually intervene. Maybe it's just one phone call that you'll have to do. So claims, in terms of claims complexity, it's much more simpler basically.
Sure.
Yeah.
And let's now come to the income potential. We talk about asset potential from in the investment space, right? एक client के पास इतना नेटवर्थ है तो इतना assets वो आपको दे सकता है, and we talk
Correct.
about 100% wallet share and stuff like that. Now in insurance, what do you think if let's talk about a typical mass affluent family in the range of, let's say, 20-30 lakhs of income. Many of us would be serving that kind of client base, right? What is the total insurance income potential from one typical family? And let's multiply that by a typical number of families we can serve, on a as a solo practitioner. And
Yeah.
then obviously if team is there, we can always multiply, but as a solo practitioner. Yeah. So let's
Right.
go at these two levels.
Sure. So if you look at one customer in India, typically the way we look at it is, if you're looking at a mass affluent population, then the premium that you can collect from one family would be around a lakh of rupees, right? Meaning
Okay.
largely coming from, let's say, a term insurance of around 25,000 rupees.
Okay.
Me, I'm seeing at a very lower size, I'm conservatively saying around 25,000 rupees of health insurance. A parent's
Yeah.
insurance would be there of around 50,000 rupees, plus car
Okay.
insurance. And if you are basically putting in a few other products which are like critical illness and personal accident, which are very important, 1 lakh रुपए का premium over a period of time from one customer is not going to be difficult actually.
Hmm.
That is how we would look at it. Between 90,000 and 1 lakh is what typically would happen. And if you're looking at 100 customers, let's say that you have acquired, that would basically mean a crore का book size, right? In
Okay.
insurance it is called book size. So आपका book जो है वो 1 करोड़ का हो गया, आपने 100 कस्टमर कर लिए, right?
1 करोड़ प्रीमियम हो गया.
Premium, huh? This is
हाँ.
the book
Okay.
size, correct. Now that if you basically do a rough math on that, the commission that you can typically make in health insurance is around 25% to 30%. When you start, you will make around 25. Between 18, 25, you typically, if you are focusing on 2, 3 insurers, 25% can be the commission. And in case of health insurance is around 30% plus. And in case of motor insurance, it's 20% plus. राइट अराउंड बिटवीन लेट्स नॉट टेक 20% प्लस 20%. तो एवरेज अगर आप लेंगे तो 20% लेके भी चले आप, मतलब इफ
But
यू
that's for the first year.
फॉर द फर्स्ट ईयर. सो आई एम
हाँ.
फर्स्ट
So
टॉकिंग अबाउट फर्स्ट ईयर. सो
okay.
लेट्स 1 करोड़ का आपका पहले साल का रिन्यूअल जो रेवेन्यू दैट यू विल मेक will basically be around 20 lakhs. That
20
will come
lakhs.
from the first year. Then comes the annuity, which is actually the revenue, in my view. When you do insurance, the revenue comes from the annuity income that you're making over a period of time.
Correct.
That would be in the range of around 15% year on year, right? So
Okay.
approximately 15 lakhs is what you will end up making over the years. Now there is some kind of a GST impact that has come into picture where insurance companies are saying that मैं GST net करके दे रहा हूँ. So this would be let's say that 15 could be around 13, right? Is what we could take typically right now. मतलब उतना लेके भी चले तो भी 13 lakhs of annuity income. So even if you let's say garner 100 good customers, you will have 15 lakhs of premium commission that you will earn, 13 lakhs of commission that you will earn over a period of as many years the customer renews the policy. And these are good quality customers, so you don't see drops very easily. And if you maintain them properly, if you keep reviews on right time, then they are not going to drop off also from your port out and buy a policy from somewhere else. Now, if you compare this to earning 13 lakhs from, let's say, a mutual fund business, how much business would, I don't know this, I'm asking a reverse question actually. कितना बिजनेस करना पड़ेगा 13 लाख रुपया करने के लिए? What is the AUM that a person would have to have?
Around 15-20 crores of
15 to
AUM.
20 crores of
Yeah.
अगर आप 15-20 करोड़ का AUM करते हैं तो then you will
So
earn the same money, right?
yes. Yeah.
Right. So it,
But
yeah.
yeah, there's another angle to this actually, which is, insurance becomes like your, first product,
Yes.
which becomes a client acquisition mechanism itself. Because people, mutual funds तो एक obviously है, but many of them are looking for this health and life insurance as a first product to get started with a professional.
Right, absolutely. This is totally true. Meaning, people, because of the awareness that has got created because of social media and COVID,
Yeah.
the first product definitely has become health or term insurance to start with, and that helps you basically get that entire customer's lifetime journey in terms of personal finance to be with you. Absolutely.
Correct. Now, in terms of, what are the various products which we should, so let us summarize this because this was the most important question amongst all. Like literally, we can earn around 15 to 20,000 rupees of income per family whom we are
Yes.
serving.
Yes.
And let's say we are even serving just 100 families, which will not be the case. Many of us end up serving 200, 300, 500 families. But even at 100 families, we are earning around 15, 20 lakhs of income from the insurance portfolio that we manage, right? The next one, Mahavir, is around, what are the products which are like strict don'ts according to you? uh, Amongst all the products, obviously the pure term and health and motor are obviously the do's, but purely, we should really, Sadik, we should not really get into this according to me. Is there
Yeah. See,
anything like?
no, I don't think so. Meaning, I feel there are all products that are there in the market and have been surviving for that number of years, right? Meaning,
Mm-hmm.
and none of the products typically category wise are bad products, right? Meaning, like there are bad mutual funds, there are bad products in insurance also. Like Like for example, the infamous products
Hmm.
in the insurance space typically turn out to be ULIP तो एक गाली बन गया है मतलब today I think if you see, and then you have the savings products, the guaranteed savings products. But genuinely speaking, meaning when I have done my own study and I don't really look at it from a lens of basically selling, because we are not focused on that. And when I say that with a lot of confidence, is that there are really good ULIPs and there are really good savings plans that can be considered for customers basis obviously their needs, right? For
Sure.
example, there are ULIPs which have uh, a fund management charge of ULIPs is 1.35%, right? And there are products which have zero commissions, but then they pay you through marketing fees, right?
Hmm.
And that basically ensures that the expert actually earns a good amount of revenue. At the same time, the customer is not suffering from any kind of a bad product. Uh, See, one quick nuance, if I can share, if you can give me a minute.
Yes.
The only place where insurance is able to give high commissions is because of lapsations, right?
Hmm.
ये लोग पॉलिसी लेते हैं और फिर ड्रॉप कर जाते हैं, and because of that the insurance company basically earns a lot of money from the deductions that they do when they return the money to the customer,
Oh,
right? And
okay.
that basically feeds commissions to a large extent, right?
Oh, okay.
It's not, so it's like credit card, मतलब credit card का जो business है, it's not a business of giving credit, it's the business of actually earning from people making mistakes and not paying money on time, and then earning from the penalties and the interest charges, right? It's like that. But if you sell it right, right, meaning if you sell the good guaranteed savings plans right, and if you sell ULIP right, and you choose the right products, there are really good products which have good fund management. There are good products which have really nice, very lean charges and can do well for customers. So there is no
Inter
product I feel which is something which is a no, unless you are looking at products which are sold typically by people who are purely looking at monetization. मतलब जो banks बेच रहे हैं वो तो नहीं है अच्छे products. मतलब सारे जो banks, whatever products banks are selling today in terms of life insurance and savings, ULIP, are all bad products because they have 50-60% commission and they're not customer friendly at all. Yeah.
So there's a very important statement that you have made, Mahavir. At a category level, none of the products are bad.
Yes.
But at a policy level, they may be bad because of the structure, costs, and features and stuff like that.
Right.
Very good. So and we'll build on this, and that's the reason, Mahavir, when we even designed this insurance course, we said we'll not just stick to the pure insurances, but we'll cover all. We should
Yes.
know all the products, evaluate very logically, rationally, and then based on the client who is sitting in front of us, we plug it in based on the need, right?
So yeah, sorry. One thing that we missed, the market size of these products,
Hmm.
right? The market size of these products is in the range of total business is around 9 lakh crores. Uh,
Okay.
the savings and ULIP category of
Okay.
products. Out of that, 4 lakh crore approximately would be new business. Every year, 4 lakh crores of new business
Oh.
gets sold. So that is the potential of this business, which we somehow missed in the term and life conversation. Yeah.
नहीं तो इसका मतलब ये है कि वहाँ पे चर्न भी बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा है, लैप्सेस बहुत हो रहा है.
Uh-huh. Why do you think so? Meaning,
Because 9 lakh is the total business which is
yeah.
getting renewed, right?
Yeah. No, 9 lakh is the total business.
Okay.
Out of that, 4 lakh crore is basically new business, 5 lakh crore is renewal business.
Okay.
Yeah.
बट ये अगले साल फिर 9 प्लस होना चाहिए.
Yes. Yes. That is the
Which,
problem. That is the
हाँ,
problem.
exactly.
I think the product is not the problem. How it is sold is the problem. And
Ah,
then the category is not the problem. How it is sold is the problem. There are bad products which should not be sold, basically.
correct.
मतलब अगर आप सही customer first हो, तो you will not sell those products. But there are good products for sure that are available. That way.
Loud. And Mahavir, one last question before we end this is the do-it-yourself versus professional approach, right? Because of the online platforms, because of the influencers, because of the access to so much of digital things now, okay, and people thinking that they can do things themselves. There's
Yeah.
a lot of DIY which is coming in almost all the financial services, including
Yeah.
mutual funds and insurance also. But how do you see this as a person? Not because you are like have a expert led model, but
Yeah.
just very as a very neutral person looking at this industry. How do you evaluate DIY versus professional approach when it comes to insurance products?
Right. So in today's market, the entire insurance space, the DIY for non-car insurance business, right? Car insurance has good DIY today. It would be in the range of around 25-30% of the total business that would happen online would be DIY. But
Okay.
apart from car, if you look at the savings products that we spoke about, the term insurance and the health insurance we spoke about, it would in health insurance it would be 95% through some assistance. Only
Oh, is
5% of
it?
the total business would not happen without assistance. In case of term insurance, probably it would be at least little higher, maybe 7-8% would be basically unassisted, and the remaining would be assisted. So today, the market itself, which basically shows the customer's behavior, is that people don't want to themselves understand the product. They want someone to be able to depend upon and then buy from them, right? So that is the first thing. Second, which is basically the reality, and then comes the what should be right. From that perspective, also you see the products the way they are designed, right? And then the kind of choices that you have to make while buying a product, even a term insurance product, which is supposed to be a very simple product in on the face of it. If there is an early death, then the family gets money. Has unbelievably number of customization options that are available, which someone needs to guide the customer for, and then those customizations will lead to actually creating the product which is useful for the customer, right? And that's where hand holding is important. There are certain things that are do's and don'ts in term insurance. For example, I was typically helping a friend of mine to buy term insurance. It took us 1.5 hours, around an hour to fill the proposal form correctly, right? मतलब जहाँ पे हम कुछ मिस नहीं कर रहे हैं और सही तरीके से प्रपोजल फॉर्म भर रहे हैं, that is around an hour of time that it took. So that if the person would have done it on his own, you definitely would have missed things. So hand holding from a product explaining point of view and the process point of view has become very important, because products have not been simple. If the products would have been simple, probably then the need of an expert would have been low. But products are getting more and more complex by the day, not getting simpler.
Sure, sure. One last piece of advice for all the professionals on setting up and growing their insurance practice.
Yeah, so I think the one thing that I keep hearing from people who are probably from the mutual fund industry and they don't want to do insurance because they feel it's a lot of hassle, is to basically do a pros and cons cost benefit analysis of what is that you're doing, right, and how
Hmm.
much time you're spending. Typically, you would spend around 3 hours of diligent work with one customer, and you will basically acquire that customer in that 3 hours, in my view, and you would make a long-term revenue. In my quick calculation that I do is of around 1.5 lakhs to 2 lakh rupees from one customer, right, over a period of time, right? So how I look at it, meaning when I talk to someone, is basically any advisor who's looking at basically today doing, let's say, 2 lakhs of income a month, just as a meaning actual quick calculation, is approximately at around 3 to 4 thousand per hour. The cost of basically his time is around 3,000 to 5,000 rupees. Right?
Hmm.
Over 3 hours that you spend, it's around 10,000 to 12,000 rupees of time that you spend, versus you making a long-term revenue of 1.5 lakhs to 2 lakhs over a period of time. That is how
Hmm.
you should look at it. Set up the right processes, which Gurleen has spoken about very nicely. And basically, if you set up everything correctly in the process, and it is a repeatable thing, it's not something that 80% of it is repeatable. 20% is where you need to learn new products, which is the part where you will have to basically be the person doing that. But the remaining everything, if you put the right person, if you hire the right person, is a repeatable thing which can be solved through processes and people. That is how you can do it. So
Lovely.
it is a business where if you sit down and do an objective calculation, is a lucrative business for any financial planner. Obviously, it requires effort like any other business. That is all
And
about it.
that's almost 1.5, 2 lakhs of lifetime value just from insurance.
Yes.
Lovely.
Yes.
So Mahavir, thanks a lot. Really appreciate these insights, and also thanks for accepting our invite to be a expert trainer for our life insurance series.
Sure.
As mentioned, Mahavir, we are starting a 6-week life insurance series to ensure that we are able to give all the nuances of setting up and running a good insurance practice and
Right.
serving your clients on a with a client first approach. Any thoughts that you have around this particular series that we are starting, the course which we are starting? It's called as life insurance and risk management.
There is no course today actually available for people to learn about insurance. The course that is through whatever is available through basically get the agency license is is a very tick in the box course. It does not really tell you about practical stuff which is important for you to help a customer buy the right product and help them at the time of claims. So it's a good, very, very big gap that you're solving for, Sadik. So big, like kind of a congratulations to your team to basically set this up. Very, very important, because I'll tell you from an output perspective today, when we are doing a kind of a evaluation of advisors who come on our platform, right? Only 8% pass through our exams that we basically do on our platform, and then close to around another 1% drop off after that, right? So around 7% people actually qualify to onboard on our platform. It comes down to only this, that people don't have the right forum, right place, and the right kind of a program where they can learn about insurance, because there is intent. But सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन ये आता है कि कहाँ जाऊं मैं, because there is too much of information, and the curated information that someone like Network FE would create was not available. So it's great that
Yeah.
you're doing this. It will be really, really helpful for the community as well as for customers.
Yeah. And Mahavir, since you're here, I didn't speak to you about this earlier, but on live call, I'm speaking. We would request you to give a special preference to people who have cleared this examination
Absolutely.
of
No,
network
no,
FD.
I would have said it myself, but I obviously do not want to plug our business into this. But yes, for sure, if anybody comes through Network FV's program and they're certified, without even understanding what you're doing in terms of the actual course, because I know Network FV, it would for sure have it would have a preference for sure. There's no doubt about it. Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Mahavir, and keep doing amazing job. I must say you're solving for a very, very big problem in the insurance space and in financial services space. So thanks a lot, and look forward to see you. Look forward to your session in the life insurance series, which we'll be starting
Sure.
very soon. So, friends,
Thank you.
can we all extend a very warm thanks to to Mahavir for taking out his time and also doing all the great work that he's doing for the insurance industry and this particular field. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.